You're an NBA All-Star, so your NBA All-Star self is going to be in the game too.
Yeah, like I'm gonna be in there with the jersey. Hopefully that boosts my rating a little bit. That's what I'm waiting on. I just need a little +2. I'm an 88, want to be a 90, so
awesome.
That's what I'm waiting on.
Okay.
Today, we're making your life easier, literally, by reviewing difficulty settings in My Team modes.
Let's start with a breakdown of Breakout. When you start a new run, you choose the starting difficulty. Choosing a higher difficulty lets you unlock prizes faster for shorter runs.
Yep, that's true. And as you travel further from the center towards the edges, you'll notice increases in game difficulty.
As that difficulty rises, shots become more challenging to make, and it'll take more skill and better positioning to play effective defense.
That's true. So choosing your route to the outside edge is an important consideration in Breakout. And watch yourself on the gatekeeper games at the edge of the court, especially near the corners. As an example, the best rewards card on a run that starts on Rookie, we played on Pro difficulty against the best reward cards of that season.
Over in Domination, you can choose the objectives of each game from 1 to 3 stars in difficulty.
Right, and the prize levels increase based on difficulty.
Higher difficulty will make it easier to earn MTP, XP, and rep, and it'll also give you more prize points per game.
Yeah, those stack up after a run of teams on Domination, and you'll have to play on higher difficulties to earn the 99-star reward in each tier. Those cards are powerful, and it's worth it to get on the pathway to that all-time Domination challenge.
Lower difficulties are fine, but might be reinforcing bad habits while still winning. If you occasionally turn up the difficulty, you'll become a better player over time.
Yeah, it's a good way to test where you're at and where you're progressing. That's a good call. As the difficulty increases, you won't be able to fake out the AI opponents or make as many contested shots, requiring you to sharpen your skills.
If you want some tips on shot timing, check out 2K TV Season 11, Episode 4, and get those reps in on a higher difficulty this week to prove that you're on the road to being the best in My Team.
If you've been an NBA champion a few times in the past, you've probably built a couple of dynasties.
But did you know that you can prove it? Here's a fast break on dynasty points in my career.
On your way to building a dynasty? Well, every major accomplishment you make in My Career will build your dynasty points. You can see your list of successes underneath Play Next Game in the My Career menu tab of the pause menu.
Here, you will be compared to prizes in NBA history. Use the trigger buttons to see some of the best to ever walk out on the court, and then set out on your own path, filling the meter and forming a dynasty.
You can press the rebound button to view your team's full list of accomplishments. Huge win streaks, protecting your home court, and ultimately making final appearances and winning titles. That's what it's all about.
And a dynasty is more than just one great year. You'll want to repeat those outstanding occurrences year after year. Prove your dominance, and you'll be awarded more points for the most difficult tasks to achieve.
Do you have the longevity and dominance to surpass LeBron's Heat, Bird's Celtics, or maybe even Jordan's Chicago Bulls? Find out with your dynasty list in My Career. Good luck.
Season 6 is on a fast break, and we're slamming home the first edition of Top Plays. Let's see what you've sent in so far. Option A is from Irv Gotti in My Team. Brandon Roy going to work, shakes loose, and double clutches the dunk. Full rotation, full power, and the foul. A great reward card, making a great play. And their opponent is Jay Brooklyn in the Basketball Gods event. Working out on the baseline, bending for a quick double bounce drill through the legs. The layup has a little mag on it, too, between 2 block attempts. Supernatural submission. But is it enough? to win your vote.
I hope y'all saw what I just did.
What's your choice? They're both nice, but which one is your top play of the week? We're looking for posts on social media with the hashtag 2KTVWOW and your gamer tag. What catches our eye? Awesome assists and sensational scoring plays. So send them our way. Thanks, everyone. Hope you're lighting the beam out there in Season 6. See ya.
We'll be back next week with more tips on how to improve your shooting.
And we'll be connecting with you, the 2K community.
Always. Until then, enjoy the game, go get those Season 6 rewards, and of course, go get those wins.
Well, it probably wasn't easy getting that dressed up, but now the real work begins as they get set to defend their home court. Happy New Year's Eve. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports for the NBA. We're all dressed up and ready to go. Good evening, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. On our sideline, David Aldridge. Let's check out Vancouver's starting lineup. And for Anchorage, we've got Suggs. Jones is out there with Clark. And it's Azubuike in at the 5. And Greg, when you're facing the front of a back-to-back, how much does that affect you as a player?
Before and after the game, for sure, it's on your mind. But once the whistle blows, you have to live in the moment. You can bet the coaches are very aware of it.
And Vancouver starts out with the ball. Here's Quinn, guarded by Vasquez. It's Clark with the rebound. Now here's Vasquez. D right on him. Count that bucket.
Just the first good move in a game of chess between these two coaches.
Yeah, now we get to see the counterplay. How you respond is half the battle out there.
Good on the shot.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
There's the pass to Clark. Second chance shot, and he lays it up and in.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreakers.
He's covered by Clark. Offensive rebound. Yes, that goes in.
Well, his rebounding is such a boost for this team, especially when it comes on the offensive end.
Under the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now, here's Thomas. 11-point game his last outing. Fires away from outside. The long distance three is buried. He's got 5. Azubuike on the wing. Clark left side. Vasquez. The teardrop falls in. Vasquez has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Well, you can't start the game much better than this. 4 of 5 from the field.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels them. And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
Great touch there. It's just so tough to defend a floater like that.
Passes it to Azubuike. Now, here's Suggs. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket. For Vancouver, they've gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Quinn passes to Jordan. Lets it go. Rebound by Anchorage.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Suggs kicks to Vasquez. Pass to Clark. High post try. That shot off.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Vasquez, that's good.
Well, I know we don't want to jinx it, but he's still perfect from the field in this quarter.
Pass to Quinn. Tries from 16, and it's in off the backboard.
Well, you guys know I love analytics, but I still like the mid-range, especially when he's taking the shot.
Here's Vasquez, and they crash in right away with the quick shot. Vasquez has got 11.
How about 5 straight made from the field to start?
Took the opportunity when he saw it.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Clark outside. And again, it's Anchorage.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
Well, you expect there to be peaks and valleys, but you've got some excellent scores on both sides.
The shot's good from Jordan. Now here's Vasquez. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Now the dish to Jones. Offline with his 3.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Outside, Jordan. Fires for 3. Rebound by Anchorage. They're getting their first look of the season at Vancouver in this one.
And they rolled over this team last season, beating them every time they faced off.
Yeah, these teams were in 2 completely different categories last year, but hopefully the season series this year is much more competitive.
And Vancouver with the possession here, following the score by Anchorage. Quinn passes to Jordan. And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. Azubuike for 3. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2. For Vancouver, they've gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter. Here's Quinn. That drops and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Quinn's got his second bucket.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
Well, and that shows how much confidence he has in his ability and the work that he's put into his game.
And now, the first time out called here for Anchorage.
Yeah, facing that hostile crowd, they've just found a way to kind of tune out the noise and focus on the game.
Give a lot of credit to this coaching staff for preparing them for that kind of environment. They went in and just executed their game plan.
Gaze checked in. And let's check out a group of shooting guards that have been doing some dirty work inside lately, averaging the most rebounds per game at their position over the last 10 games. He dishes it to Vasquez. And Thomas with the block. Jordan against Gay. Throws it up high. The pass to Azubuike. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
And the defense to start that play was terrific. I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
He's covered by Suggs. And it's Suggs with the rebound. Clark for three. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Clark's got 7 points.
Well, he's been very efficient in this quarter. Keep getting him the ball.
Here's Jordan. Drains the 19-footer.
Just a heroic scoring effort from him this quarter. He's doing everything he can to will them back into this game.
Gay dishes to Vasquez. Passes it to Suggs. That falls. Great assist by Vasquez. Vasquez has got his 3rd assist on the night. He's covered by Suggs. The shot off that time.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced.
And it's a great finish!
Oh my gosh.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Clark trying to get open. And then Gay with the dunk.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. He's covered by Clark. Puts it up. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field. Anchorage leading by 4. Vasquez passes to Azubuike. Misses the chippy right there. Near the three-point line, it's Thomas, and there's Vancouver with another bucket. Now a timeout called by Anchorage. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Making a change here. Siakam's checked in. And Vancouver also making a switch. Nix is checked in. Now here's Vasquez. Defense right on him. Here's Clark. And it's Clark with the finish.
Ooh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrap.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. Nix. Rebound by Vasquez. Anchorage leading by 4. Here's Suggs. The shot's good. Vasquez making the play. Vasquez has got 6 assists in the game. Here's Quinn. Guarded by Vasquez. Got a hand on it. Siakam misses. Vancouver trails by 6. Pass to Quinn. From inside, and Thomas with a nice bucket inside. Thomas got 9. And so it's Vasquez. He'll bring it up for Anchorage. You know, Stan, as productive as Zach LaVine has been, you get the sense he wants to compete for titles. He wants more than just the individual stuff.
Yeah, and especially, Kevin, at this point in his career, it just hasn't all worked for the teams he's been on yet, but he's still got some time to figure it out.
Yeah, he does. Here is Vasquez after Vancouver picking up a basket just moments ago. Here's Suggs. And Suggs throws it down.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off. That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Gay finds Siakam. Floats it up there for Siakam. Thomas with the steal. Here's Quinn. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
You know, Stan, it is great to see Coby White put it all together.
2 shots. It sure is, Kevin. This guy hung in there with a great attitude, even when he wasn't playing as much as he wanted to. He's still growing as a player, knocking down shots. His confidence is sky high. His approach will take him a long way.
I got to believe as a coach, that is incredibly satisfying to have that kind of play.
Yeah, it really is when you have a guy like that and he just keeps getting better.
Adams, he's checked in for Vancouver. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. Hey, Greg, Coby White has proven he can run the show.
Yeah, well, he's more than just a scorer. He's become a quality playmaker with better decision-making. But his biggest improvement has been his efficiency.
And Vancouver with the possession here, following the 3 by Anchorage. Took him no time at all on that one. Quinn's got 9.
And you can see he's got a little bounce in his step. 3 out of 4 to start.
And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Swift. And there's the pass to Mix. Rebound by Anchorage. Here's Vasquez. And again, Anchorage with the triple.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far.
45.
It's Vancouver up 1. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. We're getting back to the action in our New Year's Eve broadcast. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Vancouver.
Well, I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
And in addition, the three-point shooting has been dialed in tonight. They seem poised for a big game from deep.
And Vancouver, looking at who they've got, launches it from deep. And again, Anchorage with the triple. A lot of give and take between these sides early.
And both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Tries from 7. And there's Vancouver with another bucket.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Dishes to Suggs. Off target from 3-point range.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
The latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Joel Embiid talks about leading his team. He said, I've been guarded so many different ways. I feel like I've seen everything, and I know how to attack everything. For me, it's all about how do I bring everyone along with me. You can't win alone. It's just about playing together and involving everybody. Kevin?
And you've got to involve everybody. All right, D.A., thanks. The pump fake kept the D off balance and gave him room. Now it's a 6-point Vancouver lead. There's the feed to Clark. Here's Mix. Rebound by Anchorage.
Well, I know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
And that one's good by Clark.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
He's covered by Suggs. Vancouver working the ball around now. It's good. Adams has got 4 points this quarter.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Adams against Siakam. And here's Gay outside from beyond the arc and then some. Gay's got 7 points in the game.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
There's the three. They grabbed their own miss. A beautiful reverse layup. And Vancouver leads by 5.
Well, it took him a while to get his legs under him. He didn't do much in the first quarter, but now he's off and running.
Now a timeout called by Anchorage. Here we are, Stan, seeing more and more great international players in the NBA. And you've had a chance to coach some of the good ones as well.
Well, yeah, look, Kevin, you're right about the league now. We see every year, it seems like, the MVP is an international player. I had Hedo Turkoglu as a big part of what we did in Orlando. Yes. Was a most improved player in the league one year and a key part of our team that made it to the finals. 6'10", highly skilled, very versatile guy. There are great players coming from everywhere in the world.
Check in for Vancouver. A moment now to check out who's leading in the All-Star voting.
And a lot of fans and players interested to see how this thing all turns out.
Now you look at Suggs. He's there in the top 10 in the Eastern Conference voting. The fans have really gotten behind him.
And that's the way it should be. Kevin, you could make a case that he should be a starter, but there's just so many great players in the East. Just being in the top 10 shows how much respect the fans have for him.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase. We'll keep you updated with the results each day during the voting.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from him.
Here's the lob to Adams, and Adams with the slam.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in this second quarter of play. Here's Suggs for the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
Siakam passes to Clark. And he hits it to tie the game up.
Assist from
Clark's got 4 points now in the quarter. Pulls it from the elbow. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
There's no bigger play in a close game than a putback slam.
Oh, and that one's got them all hyped up. Wow.
Yes, some guys shrink in big moments, and some rise to the occasion.
Guys, what a wild first half this has been.
Wow, back and forth start, that's for sure.
Knocked loose.
And it's a great finish! Oh, my.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. For Anchorage, they've gone 8 of 9 in the second quarter. Very nearly perfect from the field. Siakam for 3. Vancouver pulls it in, and they're off to Philadelphia after this game as they'll take on the 76ers. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip.
Well, coaches will take that any day. Don't pass up open threes like that.
From past the arc, knocks down the 3-ball. Siakam's got a pair of triples in the second now for Anchorage.
That's the second long-range bomb in the quarter after a slow first period. He is on a roll.
It'll be Vancouver with their first time out of the game here.
And that one, they owned the backboards. Most of the second chance opportunities went to them.
Well, watching the film, I thought they did a great job playing with energy.
Look quickly at a group of rookies having a very good run, the top scoring first-year players in the NBA for the past 10 games. Here's Mix. He's covered by Gay. For 3. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Passes it to Siakam. It's hauled in by Mix. Siakam's gone 2 for 5, shooting 40% from the field here. The shot. Here's Adams, and Adams with the slam.
And just scrapes and claws for that offensive rebound and doesn't take any chances there with the putback.
And Jay, strong work all around. And the rebound and the stuff both. Wow. And again, Anchorage with the triple.
Well, clearly some sort of defensive breakdown there. He is not the kind of guy you give room to at the arc.
Feeds to Gay. And then Gay with the jam. You talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
And Jordan gets it to go. Jordan's got 12 points in the game.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here, defending the triple.
Pops it up for Jordan, and Jordan throws it down.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Here's Suggs. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
He's creating good looks and shooting very efficient.
This team has handed a lot of responsibility to Tyrese Maxey, but Greg, he's lived up to it.
And has grown very well into his role with the team. Shown that he can be a scorer all over the floor. Amazing to think how far he's come in such a short amount of time. And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Gay outside. And again, it's Anchorage.
Well, he has owned this quarter. A major reason they're up right now.
Now a timeout called by Vancouver. You know, Stan, it sometimes seems that coaches get themselves ejected on purpose to fire up their team. Am I on the right track there or not?
Well, Kevin, certainly it happens with some guys. There have certainly been guys, Jerry Sloan, Don Nelson, who would do some of that.
How about you?
Now, Kevin, you know me. All I've always ever tried to do was help the referees because we all just want to get to the right call, and I could help them in that.
You did all the time.
As much as I could, but they were not receptive.
Checked in for Anchorage. Thompson, he's checked in for Vancouver.
And let's quickly take a look at the stats for Gay. What a run he's been on over the past few weeks. Right around 21 points per, 9 assists, and 6.
Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
Oh, and he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Inside, Clark gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Anchorage.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And another thing they've done so well is convert fast break opportunities. Great job trusting their guys and getting those easy ones.
Anchorage leading by 6. Launches from deep. And it's Suggs missing. Puts up a deep 3. And it's Mix missing.
Yeah, and they're fighting to get back in this one, but unfortunately, he just keeps coming up empty.
And out of bounds as Vancouver gains possession. Vancouver making a switch here. Wynn's checked in. Vancouver trails by 6. Down low.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. Gay, that's a 2-pointer. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. Gay's got 16 points.
And he continues to shoot a perfect percentage. Clearly a big reason why they're up right now.
To the paint. And no good that time. Good D by Thompson.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
A shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
No one covered. Gay's got the lead up to 7 now for Anchorage.
Yeah, this quarter's all about him. He's just dominating at the offensive end.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Second personal foul, first team foul.
For Vancouver, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit
Number
just 2 for 2.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
Pass to Suggs. Back to Gay. Shoots the 3. And again, Anchorage with the triple.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Armed up there for Clark. Plays it up and banks it in. He has 7.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Here's Quinn, and he jams it with authority.
Oh, forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown. He's covered by Thompson. And it's in there. And Anchorage leads by 8.
Man, this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
Here's Quinn, and there's Vancouver with another bucket.
Playing from behind right here, not easy, but he is answering the bell.
Well, consistent scoring is a good foundation for a comeback. They can't be wasting possessions now.
Vancouver pulls it in. And Thompson kicks to Quinn. From the arc. No good that time. And here's Gay outside. No good on that one. And it's Anchorage with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And their 3-point shooting has paved the way for them.
89.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Joel, the reserves have been a big story. What are you seeing from them?
On the bench, as offensive line, they've come in, they scored the ball, they've got to stop, so we're going to need them to keep it going.
We'll see if they can close it out in the second half. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started. Okay. Well, for Anchorage, Kenny, how'd you see it?
They've been knocking it down from 3. You have to give the playmakers credit for consistently finding the open guy. And then, of course, their shooters have delivered. If they keep it up, they're going to be tough to beat.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the visiting team.
What impressed me the most was the effort they put into the offensive glass. Second chance points really added up for them. Fighting through box outs, battling for position, they own the offensive boards.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. And here's Vasquez. He'll bring it up for Anchorage. 6-point lead. Clark is out there with Suggs. Then it's Jones. And it's Azubuike in at the center, filling out the middle. And for Vancouver, Lets the three fly. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
Yeah, way back when I started coaching, you never wanted a three-pointer on a fast break. Now, it's the shot teams are looking for.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. You look at Anchorage, earning the first place position with a terrific record, and we've seen them perform splendidly pretty much all season long so far, and they're definitely the team to beat. And, of course, Vancouver down 5 spots from them.
And right now for Vancouver, this season has been, it's been solid. But they just need to maintain their place in the standings and get 100% prepared here for the postseason.
Well, look, they've performed to expectations, but I think this team can take it to it. Out of the rafters, he punched it in! Are you kidding me?
Talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Pass to Vasquez. Suggs looking around. And the three ball is good. Azubuike's got 7 points in the game.
Looking to make plays for others. We've seen this from him all night.
Yeah, when there's been an open man, he's found him. And you love to see a guy dishing it like this.
Jordan can't get it to go.
Great defensive effort. Just saved a basket.
Well, he's such a competitor at that end of the floor. Never takes a possession off.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
Jordan. Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
And the pass to Vasquez to the left wing. Now one near Suggs as he lets it go. The shot's good. Vasquez making the play. Vasquez has got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. Thomas passes to Jordan. Back to Thomas. Lobs it up for Jordan. And the dunk by Jordan.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Pass to Clark. Kicks it to Vasquez. Pass to Jones. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Jones has got his second basket.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
A deep three from Jordan. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Anchorage leading by 5. And here's Jones. 5 points in the game. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. Always admired you come from a coaching family. Was there a point growing up you knew you wanted to be a coach?
Yeah, I loved being around the game. And so 2 things happened that drove me into coaching. Number 1, I loved baseball and I couldn't hit one. So that was out. And I wasn't a good enough basketball player to go on that way. So if I wanted to stay involved in the game, that's when I knew I wanted to be a coach.
But your dad had a little bit of that in his background. I say in a little kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? He was a guy that led the way in your interest there.
Yeah, my dad coached for over 40 years, and I think he had a great passion for it and always used to tell us that he never actually felt like he worked a day in his life. He loved it so much.
Following in his footsteps. Terrific story. And Vasquez drops them both.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
From deep three-point land. And Jones pulls it down. Anchorage leading by 7. Puts up a deep 3. The shot comes out.
This shot's just, it's not there right now. With this team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Releases from the wing and drills it. 22 points for him. For Anchorage, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Now, Suggs, 17 points in the game.
Tossing a pass to the interior. That's what you want to do. Get into the paint.
Now a timeout called by Vancouver.
your youth squad.
Making a change here. Siakam's checked in. And Vancouver also making a switch. Mix is checked in. Vancouver trails by 7. Thomas surveying the D. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Mix passes to Jordan. And there's Vancouver with another bucket.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Here's Vasquez. Here's Clark. And Clark slams it in.
Super work on the boards. Boy, they really want to put their foot down on them now.
Yeah, and once you've got him on the ropes, Greg, just keep swinging away.
Yeah, this is the spot where coaches want you to be relentless. Don't even give them a glimpse of it.
And it's denied. Sent back by Siakam to the inside. Here's Azubuike. The shot's good. Vasquez making the play. And it's a 9-point Anchorage lead. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Anchorage.
Well, I love how connected they've been defensively. They're right into shooters and piling up blocked shots.
Another place they've had the upper hand tonight is in transition. They've gotten a bunch of their points off the fast break.
Inside. In transition, here comes Vancouver. Got a piece of it. Siakam kicks to Vasquez. Pass to Azubuike. Shot clock at 6. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
On the left block, rebound by Anchorage. Clark's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. The 17-footer. That's good from Vasquez on the assist by Clark. Vasquez has got 24.
This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
Now a timeout called by Vancouver.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Well, if you're just going to let them score inside at will, you might as well pack the bags.
Vancouver making a switch here.
And a moment now to check out some of the numbers for Adams. He's putting up about 12 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And with his skill set on the offensive end, he is such a threat on the floor.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy that makes life easier for his teammates. He demands so much defensive attention.
To end the run. Good work there as it goes.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, improving dialogue between players and officials is a priority. Commissioner Silver says, now with high-fidelity audio, we're all able to hear a lot of what's being said. Now we have to take into account the high-stress environment. But there has to be a two-way sense of respect. I feel it's an area where we can make progress. Kevin?
You know, the commissioner's always looking ahead.
That is a great finish! Oh, my.
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still, a magnificent move to the rim. Here's Vasquez. Vancouver pulls it in. Right wing, out of bounds. Anchorage takes possession. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been terrific at turning turnovers into points.
You know, when you make a mistake against this team, they make you pay. I mean, because they convert those turnovers into fast break points, and that really can be demoralizing.
Suggs in the corner. The shot's good. Vasquez making the play. Suggs has got 25 points.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to... Oh, wow, what a quick move inside. That is incredible.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Vancouver trails by 16. To the right side. He's covered by Clark.
Oh, my. He's rising up and bringing the wood on that one. Could be just what they need to pick up their energy.
Oh, Greg, it definitely got the guys on the bench on their feet. I'll say that. Siakam inside the three-point line. And again, it's Anchorage.
Well, for him, it hasn't been a big night. With his reputation, they've used him more as a decoy.
Mix. And it's Suggs with the rebound. Suggs has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Quick shot there, and it's off target.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a pass to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch.
Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Faraminko. He's covered by Azubuike. Over in the corner to Vasquez. Good on the triple. Vasquez has got 10 points in the quarter.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc. Well, it's been a frustrating night for him at the offensive end. Just not able to give them any kind of a lift.
The pass to Suggs. Over Mix. That's good from Suggs on the assist by Vasquez. Suggs has got 27.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Out to the right wing, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And let's take a look at the numbers for Siakam. The last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable. And not many players convert opportunities inside as well as he. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And it's nice when you have the NBA's best free throw shooter just keep the ball in his hands in clutch situations. He's been completely automatic this season, and he's good on the free ball.
He's been in total control offensively, and the defense has had no answers.
Out to the right wing. The shot's good from Mix. Mix has got 8.
Well, it's only his second 3 of the night. If he's going to heat up, the second half is a great time to do it.
Azubuike, the pass to Suggs. The dish to Vasquez. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Vancouver shooting a hot 57% from the field in the third. Pulls it up. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. He's got 10. Adams against Siakam. Passes it to Vasquez. It's hauled in by Mix. Mix has got 6 rebounds now in the game. That one from long range.
Well, he's been able to find points, just not enough of them. They've got to string together some more buckets.
For 3, Azubuike. And again, Anchorage with the triple.
Well, he was scuffling with his shot in the first half, but since the break, he's been putting it all together.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Siakam.
And the misconnection there. Hands guarding their beverages. That's a pass he'd like back for sure.
Here's Mix. Over Suggs. The shot's good from Mix. Mix has got 7 points for the quarter. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Anchorage leads by 19. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great passer.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Suggs out there with Clark, and it's Gay in a 2-guard. Dishes it to Thompson. And again, it's Vancouver with a 3.
And that's got to happen if they want to have a chance to turn this thing around. I mean, he needs to just take the game over. I mean, it seems like he's been hesitant to pull the trigger.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And Suggs throws it down.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. To the middle. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Gay with it. He feeds it to Clark. And it's Clark slamming it down.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, right to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Vasquez passes to Clark. And another assist.
Another possession, another assist.
You know, Greg, he's sharing the ball well, hitting his guys in their spots. He's covered by Clark from 8, and there's Vancouver with another bucket. A little over a minute and a half of the 4th quarter gone now. Gay outside. The open shot, Suggs, and again another assist. Dishing it all over the place in this one.
He's tallying them up in bunches.
Thompson right side. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
and the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
And GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint. As
Oh, that was some power on that dunk.
He almost got too much air on that one.
Yeah, the man can fly. What a show.
Man, I wish I could do that just one time.
Buries it down low.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Vancouver, they've gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Lets it fly. Nix passes to Thompson. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Anchorage leading by 20. Pass to Vasquez. Back to Gay. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
First personal foul, first team
A moment
foul.
now to see how the schedule is working for Anchorage. On Sunday, then on Thursday.
You know, most teams might get worried at a long road schedule like this one, but they've been so good away from home. I think they might be looking forward to it. You have to respect what this team can do when they're in your building.
The free throw drops for Gay. Well, Stan, the NBA awards impact so much on these players and what they think they can acquire and achieve. How do you feel about the structure of award voting?
Well, right now, Kevin, there's about 100 panelists that each get a vote, and that seems like as good approach as any. Certainly, I need to be on that panel, and, you know, I mean, I think we'd probably get more worthy award winners if they would just let me pick them myself.
But, you know, they make your picks public, and a lot of times voters are uncomfortable with that.
Yeah, that doesn't really bother me. I'm used to people disagreeing with me anyway. I have a family, Kevin.
He's not looking at the score. He's staying focused, and he's staying active.
Well, you have to play like it's a tight game. You cannot let up in this league.
Just so fast. I mean, it's like trying to stop a train when he's coming in for the slam.
Lobbed up there for Clark. The shot will not fall.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop.
Yeah, that just comes down to the timing being off between those two guys.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Here's Suggs. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Suggs has got 36.
And loving the strategy. Even though you're well ahead, you want to stay in attack mode.
Yeah, you got to keep going at him. You don't want to leave any hope for a comeback.
Mark against Jordan to the wing right side. Vasquez dishes to Gay. Suggs passes to Vasquez. Just 5 on the clock. Gay kicks to Vasquez. And it's good. The time running down on the shot clock. Vasquez has got 4 this quarter.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Yeah, he's leaving no doubt in this one. Doing everything he can to slam the door on a comeback.
Rebound by Azubuike. Anchorage leading by 21. Clark outside. And it's Clark with the finish.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Oh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Here's Jordan. And then slammed in by Jordan.
And that's how he makes his presence felt.
And Greg, we see him do it time and again. He is a special, special talent. Clark. Whistle blows. That's going to be a travel.
The ball goes to
Greg, we see
Vancouver.
the NBA fining players for certain actions or statements.
Multiple offenders are always going to be under the microscope, Kevin. Sometimes they end up playing into those expectations, so those punishments can appear a bit skewed.
Thomas checked in for Thompson. And 3 from Jordan. Buries it from 3-point range. Jordan's got 31.
Well, there's no question he's carrying the load in this quarter, but he's going to need some help.
Vasquez can't get it to go. And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for Vancouver to the inside. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Jordan. Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
As Azubuike dishes to Vasquez. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Vasquez!
And the first one drops. And Vasquez drops them both.
They're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
Here's Quinn. It's up a three. And again, it's Vancouver with a three.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you second half.
Here's Azubuike. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
Wow, he's found his game offensively here in the second half. Really has turned things around.
Two open that time. Made it look too easy.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Anchorage timeout.
Now a timeout call by Anchorage.
Put your hands together for your Anchorage answers.
Our New Balance Player of the Game.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, I had a chance to hear what Anchorage's coach told his team. He told them, don't look at the scoreboard. We have to play like we're tied. They want their team to sustain that level of effort, and we'll see how it works out. Kevin?
Okay, David, thanks. Jones looking for an opening. Pass to Vasquez. Takes the three. Nailed from three-point land. And Anchorage leads by 14.
Late reaction defensively. He quickly takes advantage. Grows their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy.
Over to the wing. Suggs. And again, Anchorage with the triple.
And when he gets it going, this is what can happen. They need to think about the double team now.
To the paint, here's Jordan. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Jordan's got 33 points. Now here's Vasquez. Now the pass to Clark. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. His three-pointer's off the mark.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Vancouver trails by 15. Jordan way outside. Rebound by Anchorage. Suggs has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Inside, Clark. Excellent D from Thomas. Vancouver shooting has been just fantastic, around 65% tonight, getting exactly what they want, when they want it.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Vasquez passes to Suggs. Fires from 18. The shot's good. Vasquez making the play. Suggs has got 41. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Lays it up off the glass.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Here's Vasquez. Another assist for him, guys. He'll have 20.
Really, pass after pass. Each time up the court, he's looking for a way to get his team involved. Great in terms of being an effective playmaker.
And he comes up with the deuce. Suggs has got 43 points.
Well, you can see why he's a go-to guy for them. They trust in his ability to shoulder the offensive load.
Count that one.
CJ, number 25, assisted.
And so here's Anchorage. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Azubuike against Thomas. Jones kicks to Vasquez. Back to Jones. 6 on the shot clock.
Great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Second personal foul.
And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for Vancouver. Trailing by 13. And it's Suggs with the rebound.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Yeah, that's the kind of aggressive defense you always want to see on the interior.
Drains it from beyond the arc.
And so just rolling to the...
Committed to the three-point shot.
That was the bread and butter. Fortunately, they made enough of those, but sometimes it was quantity over quality.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And the NBA helping establish academies and even leagues, Greg, on foreign soil. Do you expect more to come?
I do, Kevin. I think the league recognizes it has a big role to play in the expansion of the game globally. Investments being made with the long-term view in mind.
Passes it to Vasquez. He kicks it to Jones. Over Jordan. And again, it's Anchorage.
And it's just competing. You know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
Rebound by Anchorage. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And here's Vasquez. And so Anchorage takes the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Joel, we've heard in the past some people questioning your level of fitness. What's your response?
I'm just going to keep on doing what I've been doing this year, and I've been healthy, and I haven't been injured, and I'm going to try to keep that. I'm going to keep that way. So.
Well, whatever you're doing is working, man, so keep it up. Congratulations. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you for that, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for being with us tonight on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.